Hello, my name is Janet Cooper Pitts. I was diagnosed at the age of 42 with stage 3 breast cancer. So what I can say about that journey is that 1, I'm glad that it's over. 2, I know some people thank God for cancer. I'm not at that point yet, but I do thank God for bringing me through cancer. Before my cancer diagnosis, I thought I was eating healthy. I was working out 4 to 5 times a week, doing jazzercise. I was walking. I thought I was in great shape. Physically, I was. But I tell you, eating well and eating healthy is the way to live. If I can recommend anything at this time, I can tell you, eat fruits and vegetables as much as you can put in each and every day. Smoothies, do whatever you have to do to get it into your system to help boost your immune system, so that even if you have been diagnosed with cancer or diabetes or anything, you have something to fight with. You've got that base already established and you're ready to fight. I chose both recipes for different reasons. 1, the chicken and noodles from Berryville, that's a recipe that my dad came up with. He was a cooker. He would get in that kitchen and make it happen, and my mom did as well, and they passed that recipe on to me. So when you need a comfort meal, when you need something warm that's going to feed you and feed your inside, that chicken and noodle recipe will do it for you. The fruit recipe, the fruit salad, is also very special to me because that is the way that you don't have to have cake, you don't have to have cookies, you don't have to have brownies. You must feed the fight. You must get those fruit and vegetables into your system, and that is a very nice, light recipe that doesn't take a lot of time, doesn't take a lot of effort. You don't need to be a chef, but you can make that, serve it in some cute, you'll see on the recipe, I did say serve it in some cute bowls. Serve it in some cute bowls and everyone will enjoy it year round. Learn how to feed the fight, which means to me, get ahead of the fight and feed your body so that you're ready for whatever fight, whatever diagnosis you receive from a doctor. Make your body, make your temple healthy. Keep it healthy so that you're ready for the fight.
My name is Wanda Smith, and I was diagnosed with 0-stage breast cancer in December 26, 2013. I was 59 years old when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I have been pretty cancer-free since that time, but I'm very diligent with my mammograms. I've had genogram to see if I have the breast cancer gene, but I don't, luckily. And so far, things have been good with me in terms of my health. I chose turkey wings because that was one of the things that my mother used to cook. Everyone loved her turkey wings, and that happens to be my husband's favorite. I wanted to make turkey wings. I worked on it, perfected the recipe, and I think people really liked that. And then I have another recipe, which is my cowboy caviar. And people love it because it's a nice, crunchy, fresh vegetable meal, and it lasts in the refrigerator for a long time, and you can put it on everything. I am a gardener, and since the pandemic, I really have a big garden in my backyard. And so one of the things that I do is I grow bell peppers and jalapenos and cilantro and a lot of the ingredients that go into my cowboy caviar. And so it's just fresh out the garden and really, really tasty. If you were interested in gardening, I would say start off with easy things to grow, like tomatoes or peppers. A lot of things you can grow in your home, or you can get small containers to put outside and grow things. It is very relaxing. And when you are out there and you have your hands in the dirt and you're planting, it is very peaceful out there. That's where you can think about things and just meditate. And you feel good when you're out there gardening. And the really great feeling comes is the harvest. Instead of having a plate just full of things, you just get a large bowl and you just fill it with as many healthy vegetables and lettuce as you possibly can. I grow lettuce. I put lettuce in there, chop it up, my tomatoes, carrots, my string beans, any type of fresh vegetable that you can get, roast it a little bit and kind of change the dynamic with some quinoa, and then top it off with your protein. It can be tofu, or it can be steak, but it's somewhere where you could just kind of sit with your big bowl and just enjoy others and enjoy a nice healthy meal.
My name is Dr. Neosha Ponder. I am an 8-year, as of 2 days ago, 8-year breast cancer survivor, thriver, and I'm also an advocate. I was diagnosed at the age of 36. I was diagnosed with stage 2B, invasive ductal carcinoma. I was ERPR negative, HER2 positive. I underwent a double mastectomy, radiation, chemo, and I also had 2 different reconstruction surgeries and 5 revisions. I started to eat more fresh stuff, So the green beans kind of just like, I've never really liked canned green beans. And then I learned how to read labels when I first did the green smoothie cleanse by J.J. Smith. And reading labels taught me how to check that sodium, check those carbs, and check the sugar. So I started buying fresh green beans at the grocery store. And the way I season things, I don't use salt. Most Black people, unfortunately, I suffer from high blood pressure. And so when I started using a specific type of seasoning and fresh garlic and things, they came out so good. I remember taking a picture and posting it in my family group chat, oh my gosh. So one Christmas, I made the green beans for my family for Christmas, and they were and my cousin still talks about them, and that was like 5 years ago, I think I made them. And so they're just fresh green beans, and I mean fresh, and you snap them and do all those things and rinse them and prep them, and then you get your olive oil. And I just love all the ingredients, the fresh garlic minced. I love my garlic press. I've been through 4 of them because they don't make them like I need them to work. But and I love the Body of Complete seasoning because it's not high in sodium. And then I still do my black pepper, and I like spicy food, so I do red pepper flakes. So the green beans was one, and then I call it my wellness concoction, and it's something I kind of came up with during the lockdown, just not knowing. When I moved into my apartment, I didn't have no floor. So I had to go to a diner. Yeah, there was a leak in the building or something. I had nowhere to go. So I had to live in my bedroom only with everything that I owned because there was no floor throughout the apartment. And I would go to this diner and eat for the first 2 weeks for breakfast, and sometimes breakfast and lunch. And they had this was called golden tea. And I love that golden tea. So here I go, reading the ingredients, that's on the menu and looking at it, and I said, oh my God, this is so good. So I decided that I was going to make my own version, but I don't want to steal the name, but I didn't realize that drinking ginger and turmeric and honey and lemon with hot water was helping me not get COVID. So then I started reading the reports, and everybody's like, yeah, turmeric is great. It's the anti-inflammatory, and the ginger is great for your immune system. And I'm like, well, I just like it because it tastes good. I wasn't even thinking that it was helping me, to fend off COVID. It's a process, but it's worth it. Having those fresh ingredients, I take the ginger root, the turmeric root, I put them in my garlic press too. That's probably why I keep going through them. And I put them in my tea diffuser. And, so you won't have to eat all the particles, And I drop that in the hot water with the lemon and the honey. And oh my gosh. And that Nate's Raw honey is godsend. They doing the Lord's work where when they get that honey.
My name is Janet Habersham, but I have students that call me Reverend Mama Aunt Janet. So I get all of it. No, and another name I got called was Rev. Don't know where that came from. But those are my names. That's my name, Janet. My journey, actually, believe it or not, was a good journey. In terms of breast cancer, if there's such a thing as a good journey. Food has played a critical role. Just before I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I switched to a vegetarian diet. One of the things that became more important through the journey for me was to make sure that I included a lot more vegetables than normal, a lot of, as much as I could, of raw vegetables. And instead of being so much strictly vegetarian, at which point in time I might flavor butter or something like that, I actually started to switch toward vegan prep for my veggies, and found out that I absolutely love vegetables cooked vegan style. One of the things that happened, I'm a Southern girl. Being a Southern girl, vegetables were laden with meat. One of the things is I started to play around with spices. Playing around with spices, I realized that meat really is, especially for vegetables, if you're Southern, it's that smoked flavor that you're looking for. It's that smoke flavor. So I learned how to play around with my vegetables and master getting that smoke flavor inside my vegetables without the meat. And it got to the point where now when we get together for family gatherings and it's Thanksgiving time, somebody cooks vegetables with meat and then I cook vegetables without meat. And I noticed that family members, especially younger family members, all gravitate towards the vegetables without the meat. They all gravitate towards the vegan. Janet, did you cook some vegan greens? Janet, did you have some vegan peas? If you've never tried it, try it. Try it. You will be surprised. And your stomach will love you for it and will get upset if you try to do anything else. So it's played an important part. And it's critical for me because I actually had a second cancer. So with that second cancer, I was already prepared to do that vegetarian fight, that vegan, and push more and more vegetables in my system. What I want people to feel is a sense of ownership and a sense of empowerment. One is looking at the recipes not only that are in the cookbook and how to work with those, but when you start to see what other people have done with different things, you can start to figure out how to do things with things that you cook on your own inside your house. You start to know what spices and what seasonings go in to make it different. And I'm going to say it one more time. Once you switch your palate and you understand how wonderful vegan food can taste, knowing how to use the seasonings, trust me, you won't go